transferred into a rotational movement, and due to that you have the generation of energy. A similar solution is from PaveGen. They are using similar principles, and the generator of them is looking like that. You have here a typical generator, and the power density is not very high because it's typically a small system. Another generator is by Sound Power. It's a Japanese company, and they have used piezoelectric materials like PZT in the floor to make an illumination of some ways, as you can see it over here. Unfortunately, they have to protect the systems against break because it's a ceramic which was used. And Norbert is a company which has proposed kilowatt hours of energy, especially if the piezoelectric harvesters are positioned in railroad lines or on the road. Nevertheless, the company is still not anymore existing because it was a little bit too much of promises. If we are looking to the drawbacks of the solutions, the devices have a high mechanical complexity, and it's very difficult to make connections between the different devices, because if you have one device, it's simple to work with, but more of them, you have a high wiring effort. And you need to have a break protection. The material is aged. If you are considering especially piezoelectric materials, they have a great stroke at high cost. And that's why all of the companies said it's better to rent the devices rather than buy them. So the situation is very simple. We have expensive energy harvesters with low conversion efficiency, low power output, and we are looking for possible applications. That's the typical situation in the world about a few years ago. So what can we do? We have to look first to the sensor market, and this is our first target. And if we are looking to the markets on MEMS-based sensors and actuators, then we can see a permanent growth. And if we are looking to MEMS-based pressure sensors, the same situation. It's a growth. So would it be possible to combine the energy harvesters with the sensors? It would be very helpful. Yes, of course. We are looking into that. So we have the energy harvesters in sensor nodes. So we have a sensor, typically a light sensor, temperature sensor, pH or flow or whatever you want. And the sensor is connected with a microcontroller unit and something like a system power unit, and we have an energy storage. But we have also an energy harvester, and this could be a solar cell, vibration-based energy harvester, or a thermal energy harvester. All of these devices need to have battery management or a power management system, and then you have a connection to the outside, and you have a wireless connection, and through the wireless connection you can transfer data from the sensor to an external router or whatever you want to. This one is looking like that. So you have the energy harvester, you have the conditioning on power management, you have a storage, you have a sensor, and you have a transmitter. You can make this device a little bit smaller, and you have a total autarkic sensor node, and you can make it smaller and more and more and much smaller, and then you can make a complete autarkic sensor network. And this is looking like that you have a lot of different sensors all around. The drawback of that is it's extremely expensive. The lowest assumed price of one sensor unit or of one unit is in a range of about $300 per unit. So your budget will be quickly overdrawn if you have, let's say, 1,000 of these sensor nodes. It will not work. So we can say, what would be an alternative solution? One energy harvester serves many sensors, and you have that. So you have all the sensors, but if you have the sensors, you need a wiring of the sensors, because the sensors can't deliver the signals to the sensor node. So you need the wiring, and the wiring requires, again, additional effort, and this makes it very costly. So, having this in mind, sensor nodes and energy harvesting is nearby a hopeless situation. It's not really good. So, what can we do now? How behave competitive products? And if we are looking to competitors of energy harvesters, then we have two. The power grid itself, with a high wiring effort, low flexibility, no autarky. It's not available everywhere, and normally it should be replaced by energy harvesters. On the other side, we have batteries. There's no wiring effort, they have a high flexibility, high autarky. They can be used everywhere, but they replace the power grid, which is very helpful. If we are looking to batteries as competitors, then we have the situation that batteries as competitors can work in a sensor node, as you can see over here. And if we have such a basic sensor node, then we can make sensor networks which are looking like that. They are very simple, and they can be used, and they have some advantages. They are very cost effective, wiring is not required, and all of the components are very cheap. The only drawback is we have to exchange discharged products, and discharged products are only the batteries. And this could be a time-consuming process, and it could cause some additional costs. If we are looking to the energy density of batteries, then we can find two typical batteries which have a very high density. This is an alkaline battery and the lithium-ion battery. Both of them are very interesting in terms of energy density, and they are comparable. All the others have lower energy densities. If we are looking to the discharge, then we can see a little bit more the difference, because the dark gray colored lithium battery show nearby a constant voltage, while the alkaline battery, which is in orange color, show a drop down of the voltage with the discharging. That means the energy is not constant during the lifetime of the battery. Nevertheless, if we are considering the prices of the cells, then we can see the difference is not so big between the lithium battery colored in yellow and the alkaline battery, which is colored in white, and we have differences between the different suppliers of the alkaline batteries. All of them are alkaline, which are colored in white, and this is very interesting because they are extremely cheap. So we can make the following. We make a calculation of the operational lifetime of batteries. If we have such a device of a sensor node, and we can say we have power consumption in a range of about less than 0.2 milliwatts, and operational cycle of about 20 milliseconds for data transmission, a duty cycle of 2 minutes, and a voltage of about 1.5 volts, then we come to a situation that we can calculate the current, we can calculate the time to discharge, and we find that we have a discharge time of about 17,250 hours if we have a permanent current flowing. If we take into account that we only have 20 milliseconds of operation and a duty cycle of 2 minutes, then we have a discharge constant per hour, which is given over here, and it gives us an operational lifetime of about 11,790 years, which is unbelievable. So if we are looking to all the batteries, then we can see the lifetime of batteries is much longer than our life is. Nevertheless, if we are comparing the prices of commercial energy harvesters and batteries, and I feel the prices, especially what is of interest is cost per volume in cubic centimeters, then you can see